at the Shippers House in Accra. You can also join us live on YouTube on Omanfm and listen to Maritime and Port News also on Facebook. Now you can also tune in to Ash FM on 101.1 in Kumasi to listen to Maritime and Port News. I am Nanisi Boateng in our stories this morning. The Ghana Free Zones Authority GFZA has started a roadshow to grow local interest and participation in the free zone schemes in the country, and also encouraging more local businesses to take advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Area after the roadshow, dubbed Ghanaian Entrepreneurs for Export, created a platform for leadership of the GFZA to interact with potential investors, associations and business groupings. Interacting with members of the East Legon Executive Business and Fitness Club in Accra, the Chief Executive Officer of the GFZA, Mr. Michael Quay Jr., said the business of Ghana must be driven and led by Ghanaians. This, he said, would be in line with the authority's vision to assist Ghanaian businesses to export into Africa and the rest of the world. He said that contrary to the business of Ghana must be driven and led by Ghanaians. This, he said, would be in line with the authority's vision to assist Ghanaian businesses to export into Africa and the rest of the world. He said that contrary to the perception that the free zone scheme was an area fully dominated by foreign companies, available figures show 31% of the businesses were wholly owned by Ghanaians, 33% jointly owned by Ghanaians and foreign interest, and 36% wholly foreign owned. He has therefore called on all entrepreneurs interested in the export business to come to the free zones for further discussions. The Ghana Revenue Authority GRA has disclosed plans to roll out the second phase of the Integrated Custom Management System ICUMS at the port by the end of the first quarter of this year to rake in more revenue for the country. The Integrated Custom Management System, deployed in March 2020, is a single window project introduced by government to facilitate trade activities at the Tema port. The project was undertaken to strengthen the customs division of the Ghana Revenue Authority and eventually enhance revenue mobilization at the port. The system between June 2020 and April 2021 generated a total of 18.1 billion Ghana citizen revenue to the government, nearly a year after it became fully operational at the country's land and sea borders. In order to expand the country's revenue mobilization system, the GRA this year has pledged to leverage digitization at the port to achieve its 80.3 billion cedis revenue target for 2022. This includes the rolling out of a second phase of the ICUMS by end of March this year. Now, speaking to the media on the sidelines of the first annual general meeting of the Association of Custom Housing Agents Ghana, the Deputy Commissioner in charge of suspense regimes at the Customs Division of the GRA, Emmanuel Ohene, said the second phase includes the Advanced Passenger Information System, which will be a tool for risk management for all the various stakeholders of interest, such as the airport, as they will profile the passengers and their cargoes and determine the kind of treatment they should be subjected based on their risk levels. Agents. Now again, he said they also have the auction model, which has been completed and is in the test stage. And when deployed, all auction processes will be automated. Mr. Emmanuel Hine said they have the electronic wallet, which is also at the very near stage of completion, where refunds that are due importers will be credited to the electronic wallet, which they could use for payment of taxes at the future date. He added that most of the models have completed production and are in the test stage, and some are expected to be deployed by the end of this month, and for others latest by the end of the first quarter of this year. Meanwhile, the acting president of the Association of Customs House Agents Ghana, Yao Che, however, stressed earlier calls for the government and the Ghanaian shippers and the Ghana Shippers Authority to check the differences in the charges taken by the shipping lines at the port in the interest of the Ghanaian shipper. If you just join us, you're listening to Maritime and Port News. MSF Africa will extend the PAPS network reach to over 320 million mobile money and last mile users across 35 African markets, which will enable borderless and seamless possibilities for transactions and trade. The partnership will empower the millions of semi-formal, small and micro African businesses, which are too often left behind. Now, this development will come up because MFS Africa's largest digital payment network has joined the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System PAPS network, which is the newly established African cross-border and financial market infrastructure facilitating the payment, clearance and settlement of intra-Africa trade payments. This collaboration marks a new phase in driving the transformational potential of the African Continental Free Trade Area. That's the AFTA. Now, founder and CEO of MFS Africa, Da Okrujo, said the MFS Africa has always believed that Africans are not limited by borders and their money should not be either. He said, by making cross-border payment affordable and easier, PAPS gives small and medium-sized entrepreneurs and traders easier access to the formal payment services, which will help them grow their businesses. On the foreign front, the shipping industry is starting to feel the full force of surging diesel and gasoline costs. There is tighter supplies for the ship fuel in the maritime sector. Now, fuel has remained shipping's single biggest expense, so many prices surge adds more inflationary pressures to already strained global supply chain. The cost of marine fuel in Rotterdam peaked at the highest since at least late 2019 at the start of this week, up 23% since the beginning of the year. According to Mark Williams, an oil product and refining analyst at Wood Mackenzie Limited, fuel cost in shipping is one reason why global commodity prices and inflation are so high. Rules implemented in 2020 forcing shippers to burn much lower sulfur products have also helped push up the cost. But in Europe, the price of 0.5 marine fuel, known as very low sulfur fuel oil or VLSFO, has climbed much quicker than crude. With the high profits from making diesel, oil refiners have an incentive to put lower sulfur ingredients generated at unit called hydrocrackers and hydrotreaters into diesel rather than into VLSFO. Europe's VLSFO market has also been supported by an arbitrage opportunity earlier this year that led the cargoes leaving the region to fetch better prices in Asia. On this note, we'll wrap up this morning's edition of Maritime and Port News. Maritime and Port News is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Shippers Authority. They provide you with the best in oil shipping solutions. You can contact them at the Shippers House in Accra. And also listen to Maritime and Port News on Omanfm in Kumasi. I am Nanisi Boateng, producer. Kwikwa Bwaji. Have a great day.
Wake up to a fresh morning. National agenda.